Chi rolls. So, how do we do a chi roll? This is what they look like. Once you know what this is, you're going to see a lot of people doing this. This is the most fundamental trick on Dragon Staff. It's the most important thing. I cannot stress this enough. Do not skimp on the practice for your chi rolls. Once you finally get it, you're going to feel really good about yourself, and now you're going to learn all the other tricks. So, how do we begin? Getting used to the staff rolling on your arms. This is completely different from pretty much every other prop. This is like Dragon's thing is that it rolls. It's why the wicks stick out, so you got that rotational motion. So the best way to learn how that feels is to let it start on your shoulders, give it a little nudge, and then let it roll down your arms. You're going to practice letting it roll down. As it gets to your fingertips, bring your hands back up, stick your arms out. Once it gets to your elbows, which are really obvious, like that. Ideally, you don't shoot yourself forward. Yeah, you want to practice this motion. This motion is easy, well, relatively speaking. Once you finally understand how to do this really well, the way we turn this into a chi roll is by splitting the time. What does that mean? So you notice my arms come in at the same time, shoot out. Come in, shoot out. Instead, one's out, one's in, and they swap. And this is a split time chi roll. So that's how we prevent the staff from just rolling off our arms. Is one hand brings it in and up. You'll notice I'm really exaggerating it, but it comes up and onto my shoulder as I bring it in. There are a lot of different styles of chi roll. Some people like to do it like this. I don't recommend this too much, where you're tossing it onto your bicep. This is lazy, and it doesn't let you transition into a lot of tricks really well. I can't do a lot without initially getting back to this chi roll. You want it to be on the back of your arms. You're never grabbing it with your hands. It's always rolling. Some people like to do chi rolls with their palms up. This is fine. If this feels more natural for you, go ahead. Again, I prefer palms down because you just have more control over the staff, and it makes different moves easier, like isolations, where you're just keeping it on the backs of your hand. And it's not going anywhere. If you learn it with your palm down, it's going to be easier. Another way to think about chi rolls, this is the way that I learned it, is start with it on one shoulder. There we go. All right, shoulder, hand. So you've got like a little triangle here. And then the other part of the staff is going to be on your elbow. You'll notice the center point is along my center. I'm going to let it roll down my elbow and my hand. So it's going to pop off them at the same time. Hard to demonstrate that. Instead of letting it fall, because that's dumb, we're going to stick this hand out. So as it rolls off that elbow, stick it out. And with our other hand, we're going to bring it in onto our shoulder. So what that looks like is boom, boom. So now you'll notice we're back to where we started, but on the other side. I've got it on my palm with my elbow out, making a nice triangle, and it's on my elbow of this other arm. So we're going to let that roll. Boom. 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 So you keep doing that until it gets comfortable, and then slowly you don't bring it all the way to your shoulder, and instead you let it sit on the back of your hand instead of coming all the way onto your shoulder. That makes it smaller and easier to control, and it's not as exaggerated. You should ideally keep practicing this until you can control the speed. So for instance, this is my sort of natural speed where gravity and I are doing about the same amount of work. If I want it to be real slow, I stick my arms up a lot so the angle is really, really shallow. Now it's barely moving, so real slow chi roll. And if I want it to be faster, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull and push with my arms. You can imagine like this. Notice one arm is down, the other arm is kind of up, and I pinch the staff between them. Kind of hard to describe, but I'm pulling and pushing the staff, relying on that friction to get more speed. Once you do that, you get it rolling really fast. Notice now I'm going to slow it down. There you go. You should practice it until you can control the speed somewhat reliably and it feels really, really natural. If this doesn't feel natural, don't set it on fire, because this is where it lives. This is where the dragon lives. This is where you take breaths, pause, get ready, and do another trick. Hope this tutorial helped. Good luck on learning dragon. It's a really hard prop.